Hey family, this is Redirecting. I want to share a little experience that we had um, in the store the other day. We were in Walmart. This experience was kind of unique to me because it took my mind back to the little girl who they claimed took a 99-cent doll from the store, and they came with guns blazing, pointing and threatening to kill her parents because of a 99-cent toy that they claim she took, but they never recovered. So we are in Walmart, and usually when the children are buying something, I will let them stand in the line to pay for their own stuff so that they can get that experience of being able to take care of their own business. And so when it got to my 9-year-old, she's about to be 10, it was her turn. So the clerk, instead of ringing her stuff up, the clerk just handed it to her as if to say, "Oh, here, little girl, you don't have to pay for this. Just go ahead." And so she's looking at them like, she turned around almost to walk away like, I'm not taking that. And so my son that went before her, he said, "Oh, she didn't pay for that yet. You still have to ring it up." And I said, "Oh, ring it up so because she wants to pay for it." And he looked around as if to say, "Well, I was trying to give it to you." And so what came to my mind was, you ain't about to set us up. You ain't about to say this little girl took nothing. You ring us up and we gonna give you the money because we don't trust you like that. I'm sorry. In my mind, you don't own Walmart, so you don't have the authority to give her anything. You're not the manager, you're just a cashier. And although it may have been a kind gesture, I realize that it could have been a kind gesture and that he could have been sincere. But I also looked at the fact that there were other people around in the aisle next to us, people standing behind us, people in the aisle on the other side of the cashier, both sides, cashiers and people behind us. Any one of them could have been the person to say, "Oh, this little girl didn't pay for that." And so we were like, "No, you ain't setting us up like that. I'm sorry. Ring this up so she can pay you for this and we can get the heck out of here." Just don't trust y'all like that because too many of you are so quick to try to get black people in trouble. And those of you who watch this channel and you just happen to be white, don't take offense to that because we have a right to feel this way. If you're the kind one who wouldn't do something like that, just rest easy with that. Be at peace about that. Okay? But for the most part, we have to look out for ourselves and our children because right now, all types of traps and snares are laid for our people on a daily basis. And we've got to be careful with your kindness. Although that clerk could have meant well, as I stated, the people around him, around us, could have seen that, gotten bitter about it, and decided that they were going to report it to someone. So you ain't setting us up. You're not setting us up like that. I'm sorry. That's just the way I think. I've always been that way, actually. This isn't something that I've come into as an adult. I've always had that thing where I want to be careful because I've seen how our people are treated in this world. I've paid attention to it for a very long time. This is not something that I'm just starting to pay attention to. I pay attention to it more, but right now what I'm trying to do is educate our people on how they have to navigate through this world. Don't take everything as a kind gesture. Analyze the situation. If you go to a local business and it's family owned and somebody that works there who is a part of the business or a part of the company, like the manager who has the authority to do this, and they do, if they want to say, "Hey, why don't you take a sample of this home?" That's different. You're dealing with the owners then. But when you're dealing with some clerk at Walmart or someone at a restaurant or someplace like that, and you know they don't have the authority to do that, don't take it as a kind gesture. You cover your own behind and handle your business and pay for it, okay? And get out of there alive. Because for our people, it boils down to getting out alive, because as in the case with the little girl who they alleged took a doll that they never recovered, the cops threatened to blow her brains out. So you see how serious their little 99-cent gadgets are to them? Pregnant woman, baby in arms, kids in tow, in their minds, deserves to have her brains splattered all over the ground for a 99-cent plastic toy. That is what we are dealing with. And so I will continue to educate my people, and hopefully you all will get with the program and understand that we're not dealing with anything normal, that there is a demonic presence within people who respond to us that way. A demonic presence that is dealing with them heavily, and that you cannot afford to ignore what is before you. With that, family, I will say keep your eyes open and shalom.